Hi everybody, good day to you and welcome back. If this is your first time here, just welcome. I'm glad you're here. I know that I'm glad to be here. We are hanging out in a 2014 Kia Soul 1.5 liter 4-cylinder dual overhead cam. Customer states that the check engine light is on. These warning lights over here, that looks like track control and ABS, those lights are on. And sometimes it does not crank. It stalls at red lights, and on occasion the tachometer will read 0 while the vehicle's running. It appears that the condition is not present right now. I have the scan tool with me, so let's go ahead and do a code scan and see what the trouble code states, and we will go from there. Okay, engine codes. Let's see what we've got. Looks like a P0335 crankshaft position sensor A circuit history. So the fault is not present, but it appears there's something going on with the crankshaft position sensor circuit. So it could be a sensor, could be chafed wire, could be bad connection, could be an ECM, who knows. Okay, I've been doing a couple restarts, just kind of hanging out here. Oh, here we go. We got a long crank. That's new. Looks like the tach moved a little bit, but now it's not functioning. Okay, let's try another restart. Yeah, same thing, long crank, no tach. Let's try it again. All right, there we go. Now we've got a tach, and that was a very short crank. That sounded normal. Oh, one more time. Okay. And long crank again. And no tach again. Okay, well, I haven't experienced this thing stalling, but I have experienced some of the symptoms. Okay, now that there is a symptom present, let's get back into the scan tool. 335, same code, crank position sensor A. Current code, now we're current. We were history first time around, now we're current, okay. Let's find data. I want to see if we have a PID for the crankshaft position sensor. Misfire, function switch, feed, which one is it? Ignition? Sure. The crank signal is part of the ignition system. The reason it's running now is it's taking its engine position cue from the camshaft position sensor. Normally it would want to correlate both sensors, and it used both of them to determine the position of the rotating assembly. I speculate that's why it's still running even though we do not have a crankshaft position signal. It's not, it wasn't in ignition. Let's look, maybe intake? I don't know. This PID list is kind of weird. Let's see. Battery, target RPM, pressure map, no. Oh no, I don't have a crankshaft position sensor signal circuit PID. Say that 5 times fast. Nope, I can't really see what it's doing. Alright, let's go ahead and lift this thing up. Take a look down under. See what's going on. What do we got here? Itty bitty little motor, GDI. Stands for gasoline direct injection. It's because the injectors run straight into the combustion chambers, not in the intake runners. Similar technology that diesel engines incorporate. Now let's find that sensor. Probably down yonder in her nether regions. I don't see what looks like a crank sensor up here. No, this is all upper engine stuff. Yeah, it's got to be down below. Okay. Oh, gross. That was from the Jeep. Greasiness displeases me early in the morning. Right there. Good. Moving on up. That's safe. Good. Safety third. Good and good. Okay. All right, let's find this little guy. I don't see it. What is this? Let's see. Give me more lumens. There. I think that's it. Yeah, this guy right here in the front. That looks new. That is new. Why is there a new crank sensor and then an open circuit code? Let's see. Let's inspect the connector. I'm gonna have to take this heat shield down. I can't reach. Okay, I already took the screws out. Let's just pull these bolts out. Drop this this panel here and get some better access. Ah! Gravity. Skid plate, gravity. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, that'll do it. A partially connected connector on a brand new sensor. Uh-oh. See, they failed to mention that someone was working on this. Looks like it's got a new starter too. Alright, well, now that that's plugged in all the way, now let's go check it and see if our long crank condition is no longer present. I'm gonna bet $1 million that that's the problem. Somebody put a sensor in it once and forgot to make it go click. All right. Now let's see what it does. Restarting the engine. All right, that's good. Very short crank. Let's check that code list again. I bet it switched back to history. Sure did. That means conditions not present at this time. Let's go ahead and clear this guy out. We'll do a couple more restarts. Clear codes. Yeah. Light is off. ABS light is still on. I haven't looked into the ABS module for that trouble code yet. Alright, light is still off. Checking engine codes again. Not present. Alright, let's break into ABS real fast like and see what those trouble codes are telling us. Left rear speed sensor, blah 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 blah. Say that. Left rear sensor open or short current code. CAN transmission not matched. That's interesting. Yeah, we got a C1613 and a C1206. That 1206 indicates potentially that the left rear wheel speed sensor also hasn't opened, or somebody didn't plug it in. Maybe we'll find a brand new one back there and learn that that's disconnected as well. Let's go do that right now. Firing down. Moving back up. All right, let's see what we have back here. No, that looks plugged in. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Checking the wire, that's good. All right, well, I fixed one thing. Let's go see if they want to do anything about this wheel speed sensor. Looks good on this side too. All right, but before I do that, I will put this skid panel back up. Let's wipe that off. It's gross. Make sure it's tight. Nope, not tight. There. And I fixed an oil leak. Alright, how's this thing go? Like these. What's up, buddy? We don't have any 520. Oh. I'll just use 2050. It's all the same, right? Sarcasm. Do not use 2050 in place of 520. That is not cool. So speaking of 520, Lou, I had a customer once. I'm sorry, 2050. Had a customer once. He showed up and he had like 3 quarts of 2050 and like one quart of 020 and 1 quart of like 530 or something. And he wanted to blend all the oils together and come up with like, I think it worked out to be like 8.1 W28 or some ridiculous number. And we're like, sir, we can't do that for you. And he's like, I am a chemical engineer and we can do that and you're gonna do that. And I was like, we're not gonna do that. That's just way outside of the realm of things that are probably a good idea. I mean, it might work. I don't know. I'm not a chemical engineer, but the guy wanted to blend all these different oils together to make one kind of oil. Don't do that either. And then you got Toyota with 0W16. That's a weird one. It's true. Look it up. Okay, so I want to see if that wheel speed sensor on the left rear is producing any signal. So we're gonna head back into, give me that. We're gonna head back into ABS and I'm just gonna rotate the wheel and watch the scan tool, and it should display to us a wheel speed sensor value. If it is not displaying a value, then I can suspect that something is wrong with the sensing circuit or the sensor itself, which is integrated into the wheel bearing, and then we can proceed from there. So I'm gonna do that before I tell them this is halfway fixed by plugging something in. Let's see, wheel speed sensor, left rear. Oh, look. The left rear wheel is going 157 miles per hour. Let's disconnect it and then see how fast it's going. If I can reach that little clip, it's deep. Yeah, I gotta stick way down in there and push on that little tab. Come out. There. Okay, ABS sensor is disconnected. Let's see how fast it's going now. 157 miles per hour still. That is not good. Restarting communicating. Yep, 157 miles per hour. So it's either got a short in the 2 connectors, wire rub through, or something shorted to ground, shorted to power maybe, or there's a fault in the ABS module. So what I'm gonna do, let's clear those codes. Now we know where the problem lies, kind of. Here, let's plug this back in now. Okay, I want to go ahead and look into this a little bit more. I've got an opportunity. It's kind of downtime. The customer never said to diagnose this, and I think they will. So, oh, too much lumens. And flashlight gravity. Jesus. Getting in all the buzzwords today. Anyway, as I was saying, I want to look into this just a wee little bit before we either stop or continue. So what I want to do is I'm just going to check for continuity between these 2 pins, just to verify that there's not an actual hard short in the wire somewhere, and then we can proceed to experiment after that. Okay. Meter is powered up. Let's do a test on the leads. 0.2 ohms on the leads, so that is good. And we're gonna see what kind of resistance we get between these 2. It'll be okay. OL. So there is not a short here. And that is still connected to the module, which leads me to believe that there's not a short in the module. I may have gotten my assumptions backwards. and assumed that 157 miles per hour was short. That actually may be open. So let's test that. Let's disconnect this right rear, and we'll go back and check wheel speed again. If it matches, seeing that we've just created an open circuit now. So if it matches the left side, 157 miles per hour, we can conclude that there's probably an open in that sensor, and then we can confirm that with more testing. So let us check. Powering on again. Hurry up. Okay, so we've got our left rear 157 miles per hour, and the right rear, there we go, 157. Okay, so the 157 miles per hour is the max value for what it's interpreting. Let's plug it back in and watch that go back to 0. Click. And it's still saying 157. Let's shut it down. Key back on. Next cycle, it went to 0. So that tells me, see, we know that the right rear is good. This tells me that the left rear wheel speed sensor is open. Okay, I have another idea for a fun diagnostic experiment. We will take the left rear wheel bearing / wheel speed sensor, and we will use some extended leads and connect it to the plug for the right rear. And doing so, we will make the vehicle think that the left rear bearing is on the right rear, and if it changes that 157 from left rear to right rear, that confirms that the wheel speed sensor contained within the wheel bearing is indeed faulty. Now, I know that this is not the official way to diagnose these symptoms, but it allows for the use of different problem-solving strategies to come up with an answer. Let's see if I can connect these guys. It's kind of a tight squeeze in there. I need to get some connectors for these leads. That might not work. I'll have to do this twice. I know. I'll use the jaws, the little mini jaws. Let's see if this one's gonna make it. The first one made it. Second one, no. Oh, come on, you're so close. Connect. Right. Oh, I almost had it. Okay, got him. Okay, so I just got word that they don't want to do any diagnosing with this wheel speed sensor, but we've come too far. So I'm just gonna finish that up, and then we're gonna roll this thing out. So anyway, I have the left rear wheel speed sensor / wheel bearing assembly connected to the circuit for the right rear. Now, the left rear circuit to the module is open, so this is going to remain saying 157 miles per hour. We know that the circuit for the right rear is functional, and we know that the bearing and the wheel speed sensor for the right rear is functional. So having connected the left rear bearing to the right rear circuit is going to tell us if this bearing is faulty, or the wheel speed sensor within the bearing is faulty, or if there's an issue somewhere else. Basically, we just moved a suspected bad part to a known good circuit, and we're gonna let the data tell us the truth. So, let's go ahead and fire this thing back up. Now, I do believe both PIDs for the rear wheels should read negative, or should read 157 miles per hour. So let's see. Pulling it up. Okay, there's our left rear 157 and the right rear 157. Okay, and just to triple check, prove it out, let's plug this one back into where it goes, and we will watch that PID go back to 0. Click. I can take these off too. Stay. Let's do a restart. And you saw it, I think. Right rear went straight back to 0, thus confirming the diagnosis that the left rear wheel speed sensor / wheel bearing assembly is faulty. That is the cause of the trouble code. Now, like I just said, they declined a service on that, so we're just going to put it all back the way it was. But if they choose to repair this later, I now know, click, what the problem is. That being said, I'm going to clean my mess up and we're going to roll this car out because they're on their way over to pick it up. Scan tool powering down. All right, guys, I think that's going to be a wrap. I've just got a couple little odds and ends left to put away on this thing. Some covers, and I got to put the engine cover back on and whatnot. Why doesn't this go? There. Figured that out. And like I said, that's going to wrap this one up. Reopening the hood. We need you. Yep. All right, everybody, that's gonna about do it. As always, I'd like to thank you guys for watching my video. I'm assuming that since you made it here all the way to the end, that you liked this video. If my assumption is correct and you did like this video, please communicate that to me and to YouTube effectively by tapping that like button down below. That button is what lets YouTube and myself know that I've done a good job here. And if YouTube thinks I've done a good job, it is far more likely to recommend my content to other potential viewers. And that's good for me, and that's also good for the viewers. So, as I go and park this, I would just like to say thank you guys for watching, and most importantly, don't you forget to have yourselves a great day. See you guys later. End of transmission.